So I'm currently on a hike. I'm at Rhossili at the moment and you can just see Worm's Head just there. And my car is parked at Swansea, so essentially I'm walking back to my car. It's about 70 kilometres along the Gower coast and I'm going to be doing it over 2 days. And I'm looking to camp at Oxwich Bay or somewhere around there. So it should be fun. This is my view at the moment. They currently have the sunflowers out over there. So this is the first time I've actually done a solo multi-day hike and camp before. I've always done them with friends in the past, so it's a bit of a different experience. I thought I'd do this route today just because it's easier to navigate. So as long as I make sure the sea is on my right hand side and that I can see the sea, I should be okay. I should be able to get back to the car, hopefully. So I've just got to the point where I can see Port Ainon in the distance over there, which means that what I'm doing is heading all the way around there, around to the other side of that sort of peninsula bit there, and I think on the other side of that is Oxwich Bay, where I'm going to be camping later on this evening. So not too far to go now. So there's Port Ainon there in the distance, and I'm on the end of that peninsula bit I mentioned before. So just round this corner should be Oxwich Bay, which looks a little bit bigger than the Port Ainon behind me. And my campsite, I think, is up there on the back of the hill somewhere. So almost there. One of the other good things about this route in particular is there's lots of little villages and ports and that kind of thing along the way, with shops and restaurants and fish and chip shops and that sort of thing, which is always handy because it means you don't have to carry gas cooker and loads of food with you. You can kind of take as little as possible and keep your bag light, which is always nice. So I think all I've literally got in my bag is sleeping bag, tent, sleeping mat and water, and like little bits like chargers for the camera and phone and that kind of thing. So I'm not actually carrying all that much, which is really nice. So now I've got around this corner. Like I said before, it doesn't look quite right because that definitely isn't Oxwich Bay. Oxwich Bay is much bigger, so I think it's actually round the back of that one there. So I've got a little bit more to go yet. So I'm finally at Oxwich Bay, as you can see. I think the path I'm going to be doing tomorrow runs along those sand dunes at the back there and all the way along to the end over there, behind that where that boat is. So yeah, I was looking at the tide times and it looks like the tide tomorrow morning is going to be about the same as what it is now when I head off. So I was thinking, instead of taking the path behind the dunes, just going straight along the beach and kind of chopping off a big chunk of the route, because I think tomorrow is a much longer day than it was today. I think today was, I can't remember how many kilometres, but I think it's about a third more tomorrow than today's route. So to be able to knock a chunk off will be good. But yeah, it's Oxwich Bay. So one of the things I found out yesterday when I was putting up the tent just in my garden, just make sure it was all okay before coming here, was that the pole is super bent at the front. So you can kind of see it's sort of tucked in there and it's on a bit of a wonk. So I'm going to be in a sort of quite a low tent this evening, but it should still be okay. So my idea of getting down to the beach before the tide comes in, so I could cut up a little bit of the route, didn't go to completely to plan because I woke up a little bit later than I thought, but I can still take off a little bit. The tide's still halfway out, so you can see. So I'm just making my way across the beach now, heading to that point over there where the sun's coming up. Gone around this corner and you can see Craswell Bay right in the distance just there, and then I'm due to go around that bit, and then there should be, I think, Langland Bay on the other side of that peninsula, and then after that it should be the Mumbles, which is I think right next to Swansea, so that means I'm almost there.